Hello and welcome to another edition of Emerging Issuer, where potential gets noticed. My name is Haley Wright, and today we are talking about gold and the base metal mining in Colorado. To help us get to know the company and the historic Silverton, Colorado mining district, we have with us Stephen Geyer, the Chief Financial Officer of Colorado Goldfields, a company which trades on the over-the-counter bulletin board in the United States under the symbol CGFI. But before we get to Mr. Geyer, however, here's a brief overview of the company. Colorado Goldfields Incorporated is a Denver-based junior exploration and mining company primarily exploring for gold and silver. Their seasoned management team targets historic gold camps with strong potential for multiple deposit discovery. Currently, their business model in Colorado provides an outstanding combination of former producing properties with excellent exploration and production potential and a currently inactive modern 500 to 700 ton per day capacity mill facility to allow for an active short-term production time frame. They expect that this strategic plan will allow Colorado Goldfields to reach its goal for profitability potentially within the next 18 months. Continuing the legacy of the historic Colorado Gold Rush, however, Colorado Goldfields Incorporated is a new player in the exploration world, focused specifically on a major gold project in the legendary Silverton mining district. The company has the option to earn 80% interest in 3 extremely promising gold mining properties, featuring advanced formerly producing mines, the Gold King, Mayflower, and Mogul mines located in San Juan County in southwest Colorado. The location of one of the greatest gold rushes in North America, Colorado is now the site of increasing gold exploration where millions of ounces of gold have been mined there since 1859. The source of this gold is currently being explored and developed by industry leaders using state-of-the-art geologic science and mining expertise to locate new sources of gold and continue the tradition of gold mining in Colorado. With an experienced mining team who understand project viability, Colorado Goldfields is aggressively putting together an exploration and development program for its Silverton, Colorado properties. Welcome to Emerging Issuer, Stephen.
Thank you, Haley. I'm extremely pleased to be here.
Great. Now, we know that the Colorado Gold has been aggressively exploring extensive surface and subsurface high-grade mineralized zones in the Silverton mines. Now, in fact, your early-stage exploration program is centered on the original Gold King mine, the most advanced of the 3 mining properties. Now, what can you say about progress and the result of the company's mining operations?
Well, and as you said, we are focused in an area where there's been previous mining production. So a lot of our focus has been proving out that historic research and the resource that's been booked. Early in the program, the first 2 holes that we drilled on the Gold King property intercepted some multiple mineralization structures, and those are consistent with the historic information, and that's an area where there had been significant gold and silver in the past. And just 3 weeks ago, as we continued through the program, we're discovering other structures that run parallel to the known veins that are in the Gold King system. And we're very excited about the possibility then of discovering that there are these historically unrecognized ore chutes, and we can add that information to the historic information that we already have. The Mogul mine, which is nearby, historical data tells us that that area has good grades of silver, lead, copper, and zinc with important gold. And most recently, we're really getting down to the fun part of doing this. We intercepted a 25-foot quartz structure on the Bonita 1 hole, which is up at 12,000 feet and above in the shadow of a gorgeous peak. And the drill crew was just dedicated to getting through this structure so that we could take a look at it. And when we looked at it visually, we discovered that it has pyrite and chalcopyrite and some argentiferous galena. My director of operations, John Ferguson, was quoted. He said, "This is truly a gorgeous configuration." And once again, it's consistent with what we expected from what we know about those historical operations in the past. And then on the Mogul drill hole, just recently, we intercepted a 50-foot vein. And the true width of that vein, John estimates to be in the range of 35 to 40 feet. It also contains a 40-foot surface outcrop. And this is very good. It's very encouraging. During the core logging process, one of our project engineers, he just exclaimed, "This is great, this is really great," kind of again, elation that we're seeing this kind of confirmation of the historical information that we know about. We've been sawing the core samples, getting them logged, and they're heading off to our third-party assay laboratory right now. And then the last thing, just hours ago, I had a report from the Hill that the next hole that we started has already encountered another quartz vein. So the results are visual and they're real and very encouraging. I think the assay results, of course, will confirm all that.
Exactly. Now, recently the company announced that it had a milestone event. In your press release, you indicated that with over one-half of this season's drilling complete, results continue to correlate extremely well with the historical records. Now, can you expand on this? And most importantly, what are the historical records you are referring to?
Well, those historical records primarily are based around a certified engineering report that was done in 1991 by E.D. Black. And then from public records in other companies that operated in that area, we also know what happened on the Gold King between that certified report and the present. And that's allowed us to make some refinements to that information that we already know. And in addition, in published geological journals, there is information that we have pulled into our study and public information from companies that operated up there in the past. So that's really a wealth of information centered around the certified engineering report that was done in 1991.
Great. Now, corporately, the company also made a change at the top. How does this change help the company to mature as it looks to continue its drilling efforts?
Well, Lee Rice has joined us as CEO, and Lee has an incredible background technically in mining and geology, but even as important as that is his experience as a director in a public company. He's been in the finance industry, oil and gas, a lot in geology, and a lot in chemistry. He sits on the board of International Beryllium, a Canadian company, and prior to that served in many private firms, but also importantly with the U.S. Bureau of Mines. His bachelor's is from Case Western Reserve, Master of Science from the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. He's been a registered professional engineer for over 30 years, and all of that combination just brings together a kind of leadership that frankly I find inspirational.
No, definitely. So Colorado Goldfields is public and trades in the United States under the symbol CGFI. What are some of the steps that management is taking right now to increase its presence and overall exposure on the street?
Well, I am putting a real push in that area because we must effectively communicate. We've made many enhancements to the website. I want to make it easy for people to contact us, easy for them to find out information about us. We've built and we are maintaining a comprehensive database so that we can get the word out to all interested people. We've been sending out daily stock reports and disseminating our press releases to the widest possible audience with a particular focus these days of becoming worldwide.
Definitely. Well, Stephen, last question. To our viewers out there, particularly in Europe and Asia, why should they stand up and take notice of Colorado Goldfields as an emerging issuer?
Well, it's my experience that many stories of success had to do with timing. And I believe we have almost a kind of a cosmic confluence of events coming together at a particular time. And that includes a 20-year involvement with the properties themselves. So we have deep personal knowledge of the area. We also have the additional asset of a mill that is ready to go and begin processing as soon as that time comes. And that's right there Also within about 9 miles of all the properties under our control. The people that are involved in the projects up there are local. They've lived up there almost all their lives. In fact, our director of operations was the former operator of the mill itself. There is incredible community support at this time, and we've been able to develop very friendly and cooperative, and maybe you could even call it collaborative, relationships with the regulators, including the EPA. Sometimes those relationships are adversarial. For us, it's been a very friendly and collaborative kind of relationship. And all of those things by themselves are one thing, but when they all come together at this moment in time, I find myself just being as excited as I've ever been about a particular company and its operations.
Definitely very exciting stuff. Well, thank you, Stephen, very much for joining us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. I was happy to be here.
Now, for more information on Colorado Goldfields, please visit their website at www.cologold.com. Now, that's C-O-L-O gold.com. And transcripts of the interview can be requested by emailing us at info@emergingissuer.com. Well, that's it for me. Until another edition of Emerging Issuer, we'll see you then.